What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to be covering the Lava Reef 2 wall skip with Tails. A lot of people struggle with this one, and some people even cite this as their main reason for not running the character at all. So, I'm going to be covering everything you need to know to get through it consistently. The first thing I want to point out is this wall right here is a sprite object, and in this game, sprite objects unload their collision when they're off screen. So we're going to be taking advantage of that fact. If I just come over here and position it off screen, it's actually still loaded into memory. So we have to do a little something extra to get this to work. Now, if you've seen the trick before, you know that we already do a quick spin dash. I'm just going to use frame advance here just to showcase it. And that was a perfect spin dash, but as you can see, the screen catches up before we can get past the wall. However, if I do another spin dash right here and I release it, we manipulate the screen to move back to the left. Because normally when you do a spin dash, the game tries to simulate a, moving really fast effect by having the character outrun the camera. But since I'm standing next to a wall, it can't actually do that since I can't go anywhere. So instead of me moving and the camera remaining stationary, it actually just forces the camera back to the left. If we do it correctly, the wall will actually be positioned off screen, just enough for us to do a second spin dash and get through. However, you can see it didn't work there. The reason it didn't work is because we actually need to be as far left as possible and start our spin dash from over here. You can use a number of references. The one that I use is on the floor to the far right. You should see 3 green rectangles in the floor, and the one on the far right, you should not see the entire thing. You should only see about half of it. So if you see about half of it, you can go ahead and start a spin dash. And I actually did that wrong. Hold down for an extra frame. And there you go. So that's essentially what it looks like. We're using that second spin dash to force the screen to the left, and then the third spin dash will actually get us through before the screen catches up and loads the wall's collision again. Once you get to this part in the tunnel, you just do the same thing over here, but it's actually a lot easier because this booster puts you at a very high velocity to begin with. So all you really need to do is wait for the screen to stop moving. Once it stops moving horizontally, you just do 2 quick spin dashes and you'll get through. Now in real time, this is obviously harder than doing it with frame advance. So you're honestly just gonna have to practice your spin dashing. I do have some videos on this, so I'm gonna go ahead and link those in the description. But this initial spin dash has to be near perfect. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but it does have to be very close. If you can get it perfect, then you'll actually have a better shot at doing this. And if you position the screen as far left as possible here, then you will also have a better chance at doing this. Now, in order to explain that part a little bit, I want to showcase something. So take a look here at what's going on. Do you notice anything in particular? Probably not, because this is something that is so subtle and minor that most people just take it for granted. But as I'm moving Tails back and forth like this, the screen is not actually moving to follow him. Tails does actually not remain perfectly center in the screen at all times. If I move left and right, I actually have to move left and right a little bit further in order for the screen to start moving. So we're actually going to take advantage of this. Note how if I just walk over here to the edge of the platform, that third rectangle on the far right edge of the screen, I can see it completely. But if I fly out and then move back in to the platform, now that rectangle is mostly obscured. That's because we positioned the screen further to the left, and this is what's actually going to give us a better chance to get through the wall. The trick to the spin dash is actually to make sure you're still pushing buttons during the rev as you release down. You basically want to push it as close to a straight jump as possible. And if you don't know what a straight jump is, basically if you release the spin dash and jump on the same frame, your character will jump straight up instead of getting a spin dash. The very frame after that will give you a perfect spin dash speed. So you want to basically push the boundary as close to that as you can, because if you get a straight jump, the worst that happens is you just land in the same spot and you try the spin dash again. So yeah, that's basically the trick. It's a lot of practice, but if you employ these techniques, position the screen as far to the left as you can, get a really fast initial spin dash, and then 2 quick spin dashes once you reach the wall. It's pretty easy to get if your spin dashes are consistent. I'm not gonna say the trick is easy to get because, even I still fail this, but this trick I consider to be the ultimate benchmark for spin dash consistency. So even if you're not looking to run tails specifically, I still recommend practicing this trick because this is ultimately going to help you improve your spin dashing a lot. And yeah, that's the Lava Reef 2 wall skip. If you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.